The opening game of the 2003 baseball season took place on March 12th at Sunset Park in Brush, where the Beetdiggers were hosting the Northridge Grizzlies. Northridge got out to a 2-0 lead when Kyle Blackmer and Eric Hegstad came around to score after delivering one-out singles. It was still 2-0 in the bottom of the second inning when, with one out, James Ginther reached on an error. Two batters later, Brett Okeson was at the plate.
1-0. Okeson swings and lines it down the right field line. It's hooking foul, but it stays fair. James Ginther's going to round third. He's going to come in to score. Staying at first is Okeson, who delivers the RBI single. The Diggers cut their deficit in half. It's Northridge 2, Brush 1.
But that would do it for the Beetdiggers hitting-wise, as Jose Aguilar delivered a third-inning single. Bryson Miller with a seventh-inning double off of starter Matt Alvarez. Northridge won the game by a score of 5-1, blowing it open with 3 runs in the fifth inning on RBI doubles from Alvarez and Travis Roth. The opening game of the Fort Morgan Spring Classic would be one day later on March 13th as the Beetdiggers took on the Wiggins Tigers. Surprisingly enough, the Beetdigger starter in this game was Matt Weiner, who threw just one day earlier. With 2 down in the top of the first inning, Chris Panabaker delivered a double to left. Derek Pope then drove him home as Wiggins grabbed a 1-0 lead. With 1 down in the bottom of the first inning, Jose Aguilar singled, stole second, and was still there with Adam Brungart ready to drive him in and tie the game.
The pitch swung on and chopped towards the third baseman, off his glove, picked up by the shortstop, and no play as crossing home plate is Aguilar. It will be an RBI for Brungart, as the Wiggins third baseman Panabaker had to leap for that ball, hit the top of the glove, and on the infield single, the game is tied at 1.
James Ginther then hit a single for Brush, sending up Matt Manier.
Pitch swung on line, base hit into center field. Let's see if Brungart scores. He is rounding third. Mendez bobbles the ball, and crossing home plate is Brungart, and the Beetdiggers lead 2-1.
With Weiner doing his job, retiring the side in the second and getting out of a jam in the third, the Diggers were trying to extend the lead in the fourth inning. Bryson Lassiter got the inning off to a good start with a single. Tomas Perez sacrificed him to second. Mitch Muniz was looking to extend the Digger lead.
A pitch. Breaking ball is lined into right center field. That is a base hit. Lassiter will round third. He'll score as the ball gets away from Mendez, who retrieves it and throws it back in. The Beetdiggers lead 3-1 on the RBI single by Mitch Muniz, his first single of the year.
After a walk to Pepe Aguilar, Joe Ginther was at the plate.
The stretch and the 1-1. Swung on and grounded left side towards the shortstop, through the glove into left field. Scoring is Muniz. Now Aguilar with a late jump. He will score. That's going to be an error. 2 runs are in. The Beetdiggers lead 5-1. The ball gets by the catcher Westhoff all the way towards the screen. Ginther's at second. We'll call that an RBI, but safe to say that's E6 there, Nick?
Yeah.
Okay, just want to make sure. We'll give Ginther the RBI, but no base hit there.
It turned out to be a 4-run inning for Brush as they led 6-1 going into the bottom of the fifth inning. When beginning the inning for the Beetdiggers was Brett Okeson with a single. Bryson Lassiter also singled, as did Tomas Perez. A sacrifice fly by Mitch Muniz made it 7-1 Brush, but the big hit of this game would come from Pepe Aguilar.
2 balls, 2 strikes, 1 out, 2 on. The pitch. He swings and hits a fly ball into center field, and now backing up is the center fielder Mendez. It goes over his head all the way to the fence. Scoring easily is Lassiter. Perez around third. Racing for third is Aguilar. He is going to be in with a sliding triple. A 2-run triple for Jose Aguilar. And the Beetdiggers have extended the lead to 9-1.
The Beetdiggers loaded the bases. Matt Manier then reached base on an error from pitcher Derek Pope, making it 10-1, with Brett Okeson looking to end the contest.
Okeson is 1 for 3. He scored in the fifth. He had a base hit in that frame. The pitch, and he swings and hits a flubber into center field. On comes Mendez, and it takes a hop. It's a run-scoring single, and the game is over. Brungart scores. Miller's run is inconsequential. The Beetdiggers are going to win this game 11-1.
So that was the final score. The Diggers had 13 hits. Matt Weiner, the winning pitcher, a complete game, striking out 7, allowing just 2 hits as the Beetdiggers evened their record at 1-1. The third game of the regular season and the second of the Fort Morgan Spring Classic for the Beetdiggers would take place on March 13th against the Fort Morgan Mustangs. The Mustangs, a designated visiting team, scored single runs in the first and second innings for a 2-0 lead. Brush in the bottom of the second would have the first 2 runners reach and then get into scoring position for Brett Okeson.
Mustang infield playing back, willing to concede the run. Here it comes. Oakson swings and he hits one in softly into center field. That's going to drop in for a base hit. In the score is Gutierrez. Rounding third and coming home is Manier, and he will score as the ball gets behind Olson. On his way to third is Oakson. Here's Frazier's throw, and it gets away. It is in time to Hayward, and out at third base is Oakson. But the game is tied as Oakson drops one into center field.
And then Fort Morgan really blew the game open in the top of the third with 5 runs, giving them a 7-2 advantage. Beetdiggers came back with an RBI double from Matt Manier in the bottom of the third, closing the gap to Ford 7-3. But the Mustangs, with 2 in the fourth, 2 in the fifth, and then 3 in the sixth, made that from 7-3 all the way to 14-3. And then it was all she wrote as Fort Morgan went on to the 15-6 win, with the Diggers countering with 3 runs in the bottom of the 6th inning. Brush, with a loss, dropped to 1-2. The Beetdiggers played for third place in the Fort Morgan Spring Classic on March 15th against Silver Creek, and they got off to an excellent start as Mitch Muniz walked, stole second. Bryson Lassiter then singled. A balk got Muniz home. Bryson Miller was then at the dish, trying to double the Diggers' advantage.
The pitch. Swung on and laced into left field on the ground for a base hit. Rounding third is Lassiter. They're going to send him home. A throw will be made by the shortstop and cut up by the pitcher. Miller racing into second. It's an RBI single as he slides in safely, and the Beetdiggers lead 2-0.
2 pitches later, Adam Brungard did this.
And the 1-0. Slow curve is hit in the air into shallow center field. That one might drop. That one will drop. A base hit by Brungard, scoring easily as Gutierrez. And the RBI by A.B. gives the Beetdiggers a 3-0 lead.
Joe Ginther then registered Brush's 4th consecutive hit, setting the stage for his brother James.
And the 0-1. Slow curve is lined down the left field line. That is tailing, but it stays fair, and that's going to go all the way to the fence on 3 hops. Brungard rounds third. He will score. Manier rounds third, and he will touch home plate. It's a 2-run double for James Ginther. The Beetdiggers in blowout mode in the bottom of the first, leading 5-0.
Overall, the Beetdiggers had 6 consecutive hits in the opening inning as Jose Aguilar had a single. 2 batters later, Tomas Perez was looking to drive in a run.
And the pitch. He swings and grounds it left side into left field for a base hit. Ginther scores, and staying at third is Jose Aguilar. The RBI single by TP gives the Beetdiggers a 6-0 first inning cushion.
It was 7-0 when Bryson Lassiter's ground ball was misfielded by Silver Creek. Silver Creek did come back with 2 runs in the top half of the second inning, making it 7-2. The Beetdiggers did counter with a run in the bottom half of the second on a sacrifice fly from Brett Okeson. It was 9-2 in the third inning when Joe Ginther was at the dish.
Here's Joe Ginther. He belts one in the hole between short and third. He's got his third base hit in the left field. Rounding third is Brungard. He's lumbering home, and he is going to make it in time. Ginther goes into second on the throw. It's a 10-2 Beetdigger lead.
And you know the Diggers were not done yet. However, Silver Creek would respond with a run in the top of the 4th inning. If the Diggers were to shorten this game to 5 innings, they would have to score 3 in the bottom of the 5th. With 1 down, Bryson Lassiter walked. Matt Manier then went long distance.
And the 1-1 pitch swung on and lifted high and deep into left center field. That one might be gone. That one is a home run over the left center field fence for Matt Manier. The first home run for the Beetdiggers in 2003, and they take a 12-3 lead.
After Adam Brungard reached on an error and Joe Ginther doubled, placing runners at second and third, James Ginther was then vying to end the contest.
Wes Heimstra will wind and deliver. Swung on, grounded left side to the shortstop. Underneath his glove, into left field. That is an error. Ginther scores the second error of the inning by Montiel, and the Beetdiggers win the game 13-3.
The Diggers came up with 11 hits in the game in winning by 10 runs. Bryson Miller was the winning pitcher, striking out 6, allowing just 3 hits. The Diggers moved their record to 2-2 on the season. With a victory at home against Estes Park on March 22nd in the first game of a doubleheader, the Beetdiggers would go over 500 for the first time all season. Brush starting pitcher Matt Weiner allowed 2 first-inning runs on an RBI single from Brian Kompliger and a run-scoring double from David Bangs. But back came Brush in the bottom of the first inning as Mitch Muniz walked, stole second. Bryson Miller also walked. That set the stage for Adam Brungard.
2-2 pitch. He swings swings and grounds it up the middle into center field for a base hit. Scoring easily is Muniz. Rounding third is Bryson Miller. He will find the plate, and the game is deadlocked at 2 on the 2-run single from Adam Brungart.
Later on in the inning, there were 2 down for Pepe Aguilar.
And Bibler will now wind up. And the pitch swung on, grounded into left field. That is a base hit. Brungart is going to score. Being waved is the pinch runner, Bobby Gutierrez. The throw is perfect. Tag is applied, and he's out. Out at the plate, but the Beetdiggers do score 1 run on that base hit by Pepe Aguilar, and they do take the lead.
3-2 was the score as it went to the second inning after Matt Weiner retired the side in order. Bryson Miller delivered a 2-run single at the bottom of the second as the Beetdiggers led 5-2. Estes Park came back with a run in the top of the third, and then it was time for the huge bottom of the third inning rally. It began when Joe Ginther was hit by a pitch. His courtesy runner, Bobby Gutierrez, then stole second base. Matt Menier was the next hitter.
And the 1-1. Menier swings and lines it into right center field. That is a base hit. It gets out there rather quickly. Gutierrez is being sent home, bobbled out in right field. Menier has an RBI single. The Diggers extend the lead. It's back to a 3-run lead at 6-3.
Then this inning turned into a huge mess for Estes Park. Jose Aguilar was hit by a pitch. And then after a sacrifice, Mitch Muniz delivered an RBI single. Jason Radke reached on an error. Then Bryson Miller was looking to break this thing open.
Well, let's see what Miller does with the 0-2 pitch. He swings and hits it into left field for a base hit on the ground. Radke will trot and cross home plate. Bryson Miller with an RBI single. He's got 3 ribbies in the game. The Diggers 10 and the Bobcats 3.
1 pitch later, Adam Brungart was the hitter.
And the pitch. Brungart swings and sends a fly ball into the right center field gap. That one is tattooed. That will sail over the outfielders. Bryson Miller to third. Let's see if they send him. He is being waved home. The throw to the plate is going to be way late and cut off by the first baseman. It's a double, an RBI double for Adam Brungart. The Beetdiggers 11. Estes Park 3.
Joe Ginther was the 10th hitter of the inning.
And the 2-1 pitch swung on and drilled into left field, high and deep. Is this one going to clear the fence? Nope. It'll make the fence. Ginther's going to stride into second with a double. Scoring is Adam Brungart, and it's 12-3 Brush on the RBI double from Joe Ginther.
The Beetdiggers scored 7 in that frame. Estes Park countered with a run in the top of the fourth, but then the Beetdiggers put the game away with 2 in the bottom of the fifth to win 14-4 to improve to 3-2 on the season. Matt Weiner, the winning pitcher, registering 6 strikeouts. The second game of the doubleheader between Estes Park and Brush on March 22nd was most undoubtedly a pitching duel between Brian Koplinger of Estes Park and Bryson Miller of Brush. The Beetdiggers were hitting the ball but not getting on base. Meanwhile, Miller proved to be untouchable.
Pitch home to Robertson. Breaking ball swung on and missed on a slow curve. Miller does strike out the side.
That was in the second inning as he had 4 strikeouts through 2. The game was still scoreless in the bottom of the third when Bryson Lassiter reached on a 1-out error. 2 batters later, Mitch Muniz walked. Jason Radke reached on a double error, scoring Lassiter. That brought up Bryson Miller.
And the 2-1 to Miller. And he swings and lines it into right field. That is a base hit. Scoring is Muniz. Rounding third is Radke. He will score. It's a 2-run single for Bryson Miller. The Diggers lead 3-0 in the bottom of the third.
However, Miller was surprised in the top of the fourth inning when Jonathan Wenzel hit a 2-run homer for Estes Park, closing the gap to 3-2. It was still at 3-2 in the bottom of the sixth inning when, with 1 down, James Ginther singled. With 2 outs, Bryson Lassiter was vying to give the Diggers some insurance.
Lassiter waves the bat. And the 1-0. He swings and hits it into right field. That ball's got some carry, going way back, shy of the track, and over the head of Rob Wilson. James Ginther will round third. The throw goes into the cutoff man. Ginther's going to score standing up. It's an RBI double from Bryson Lassiter. The Beetdiggers have some much-needed insurance. They lead 4-2.
And that would be the final score as Miller needed just 8 pitches to retire the side in order in the top of the 7th inning. It was all about Bryson Miller, a complete game 1 hitter with 13 strikeouts. The Beetdiggers had just 7 hits for head coach Mark Muniz.
We didn't hit the ball very well, except defense and pitching. I said this lots of times last year. We didn't hit the ball. Defensively, hold up. Our pitching holds up. We're going to win the ball game.
The Beetdiggers improved to 4-2 with the win. Brush's next game was 10 days later when they hosted the Platte Valley Broncos. In the bottom of the first inning, Mitch Muniz began that frame, walking and stealing second. They were 2 down with Adam Brungard looking to drive in the game's first run.
Runner going to third, and the pitch is swung on and drilled into deep left center field. That will clear the center fielder, take one hop against the fence. Muniz will score, and Brungard will stride into second with an RBI double, and the Beetdiggers quickly take a 1-0 lead.
Joe Ginther then swung at the very next pitch.
Here is Ginther at .333, hitting the ball very well lately. And he swings and drives it towards the left center field gap, and that one would land. It's going to be cut off by Shaw, but Brungart will score easily. Ginther takes a wide turn at first, but now retreats towards the bag. It's an RBI single for Joe Ginther. The Beetdiggers lead 2-0.
However, Platte Valley was certainly not going away against Brush starting pitcher Matt Weiner. In fact, Andrew Shaw delivered a 2-run single to tie the game at 2, and then Ryan Krosky's RBI single gave them a 3-2 second inning lead. It became 4-2 on Andy Avila's run-scoring base hit. In the bottom of the second inning, Bryson Lassiter reached on an error and scored later in the inning as Brush closed the gap to 4-3. After Weiner did his job in the top of the third inning, the Beetdiggers tied the game with a run in the bottom of the third as Matt Manier would single and come around to score on Bryson Lassiter's sacrifice fly. Then the game went to the bottom of the fourth, deadlocked at 4. Jason Radke singled. Then Bryson Miller doubled, placing runners at second and third for Adam Brungart.
Brungart drills the ball high and deep to left field, and that one is going to be in there up against the fence. 2 runs will score. Brungart with a 2-run single as Radke and Miller cross home plate. The Beetdiggers, with plenty of first pitch swinging, take a 6-4 lead.
As impressive as that hit was, Joe Ginther's was even more impressive.
And Ginther swings and hits one high to deep left field, going way back, and that ball is gone. A 2-run homer for Joe Ginther, who laced a fastball from Mauricio Rosales, and the Beetdiggers extend the lead to 8-4.
Matt Manier was hoping to do the same thing as he was the next hitter.
Pitch. Breaking ball swung on and lifted into deep center field. That one might find a gap. Racing over and unable to get to the baseball for Platte Valley is Andrew Shaw. Manier around second. He goes to third. He slides. He's in there with a triple. Matt Manier with a triple on the second pitch thrown to him by Rosales. 5th consecutive base hit by the Beetdiggers.
Jose Aguilar was trying to make it the 6th consecutive hit.
And the pitch. Fastball is swung on and laced over the head of the third baseman into left field for a base hit. Manier crosses home plate on the bleeder from Jose Aguilar. That is the 6th consecutive base hit by the Beetdiggers, who lead 9-4.
Aguilar would score later in the inning on a Platte Valley error, making it 10-4. The Broncos did tally 1 in the top of the 5th inning, the Beetdiggers 3 in the bottom of the 5th, and the teams went scoreless the rest of the way as the Beetdiggers won the game 13-5. Matt Weiner was the winning pitcher, striking out 12 as the Beetdiggers upped their mark to 5-2 overall and 1-0 in conference play.